This video is about the part of you that enters the room first. The part of you that enters the room before your words do. Before you say hello, before you sit down, before anyone even has the chance to meet you. It's already there. It shows up in your posture, in your pace, in your eyes. It shows up whether you feel relaxed, whether your body opens up naturally or is slightly braced. And most people don't even realise this part of them is carrying a history. They think they are walking into a room, but often they are walking in with an expectation of being judged, an expectation of needing to read the room quickly, an expectation of needing to get it right, an expectation of needing to stay small, stay useful, or stay easy. That expectation arrives first. It often forms before the room you are in now. If you spent enough time in places where tone mattered, where moods shifted quickly, where attention turned sharp without warning, your body learned something. Do not enter empty, enter prepared. So now maybe you scan first. Maybe you check faces before you settle. Maybe you adjust your energy according to who is there. Maybe you become quieter around some people and brighter around others without really fully being aware of it. That is not fake, it's adaptation. Your system learned that entering a space is not neutral. It is something to manage. And over time, it becomes so normal, you do it without noticing. You say, I'm just socially awkward. Or, I just take time to warm up. Or, I'm just good at reading people. Sometimes this is true. But sometimes what you call personality is actually preparation. Here is what it can look like. One person enters the room and naturally takes a breath. Their body assumes that they're allowed to be there. Another person enters the room and their body starts to calculate who is in a good mood, who is going to be hard to deal with, how visible should they be, whether they should speak first or wait. Same room, but different internal starting point. That starting point affects everything. It affects whether you make eye contact. It affects how soon you speak. It affects whether your body actually lands in the room or hovers just above, never settling. This is why people leave ordinary interactions feeling tired. They were not just present. They were too busy monitoring, adjusting, wondering, managing themselves the whole time. That takes a lot of energy. And when you've lived like that long enough, it starts to feel normal. You do not realise how much of your attention goes into entering safely instead of simply arriving. The deeper truth is, the part of you that enters the room first is often built from memory. Not a clear memory you can always name, more like a body memory. A memory that says, be careful here, or don't be too much. Figure out the tone of the room first before you show your full self. That memory can shape your whole presence even before the present moment begins. It can make a neutral room feel loaded. It can make ordinary people feel like something to prepare for. It can make your body act like every room is an emotional environment to survive instead of a space to simply be in. And once that happens enough, you stop seeing it as a response. You start seeing it as you. This part of you was learned. It was built. And what was built can be softened. The first step is not forcing yourself to become outgoing or suddenly relaxed. The first step is simply noticing what enters the room first. Do you enter with curiosity or caution? Do you enter with your body open or already edited? Do you arrive as you are or as a version that is easier to place in this room? These questions matter because awareness changes the sequence. Instead of unconsciously letting the old pattern enter the room first, you begin to catch it. You notice the bracing. You notice the quick scan. You notice the body preparing before anything has even actually happened. And then something small but important becomes possible. You take one breath, you let your shoulders drop, you stop trying to decide who you need to be before anyone has even spoken. That is not a huge dramatic shift, but it is a real one. Because in that moment, you are no longer entering through old memory alone. You are including the present. And the present may be far safer than your body expects. Over time, this changes more than people realise. You stop wasting energy on trying to pre-manage the room. You start arriving more fully. Your tone steadies. Your presence feels clearer. You don't need to dominate the room. You don't need to become a different person. You just stop sending your protective pattern in ahead of you. That is where the real presence begins. So here is something worth sitting with. What part of you enters the room first? And if that part no longer had to protect you so quickly, how different might you start to show up?